Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Circle the World podcast, where we discuss Joe Abercrombie's First Law series. I am one of your hosts, Lord Chamberlain Jeffrey, and here are my co-hosts.
It's like the George.
And Harrison, the Adeptus Historical.
So we momentarily divert from covering the books to interview a First Law fan. And for this special guest episode, we interview Tikenten. So let's get started. Before we bring Tikenten live on air, as usual, folks, you know we got to thank you for your continued support, your devotion, your unbridled loyalty,
Your love.
The world. Well, love, fear,
your praise,
commitment, dedication,
worship,
all different sides of the same coin, right?
So, not related to that kind of commitment.
Just whatever.
Love.
Tomato, semantics, George. Jesus, you're killing me here. But yeah, we want to continue to thank you for continuing to support us. We love that. Thank you. George, any new insights since the other day since we recorded? Because this is a batch, by the way, folks. By the time this episode releases, we're all dead. So we're doing this way in advance.
If you're listening to this.
I have been murdered by Harrison. So yes.
No, there's nothing.
There's nothing. Just nothing.
It's
been
like 2 days, Jeffrey.
Yeah. Love it. Well, with that, we want to introduce Tikenten. Hello, Tikenten. How are you?
Good. How's it going?
Doing great.
Yeah.
Living life. You want
Awesome to have you on.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, tell us a little bit. You joined the Discord. Was it via the Reddit page or somewhere else?
I joined because I was listening to one of the episodes, and it was like the fourth or fifth one. Because I started from episode 1, but I only started listening to y'all's podcast like 4 or 5 months ago. And then after like the fourth or fifth one, I was like, I'll just have them all, and I'm caught up to date now. But when you guys started talking about the Discord.
You say you listen to 190 episodes in 4 months.
What?
Hey.
I just listened to it on my drive to work, and then my drive home from work, and then I'll try to finish the episode before I go to bed. And
A true fan.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I was talking about at the beginning, right? A paragon of the dedication that we so love and demand at this point. Look at that. Holy shit. We love that level of consumption. It would make a hyper-capitalist like myself just jumble with joy. So,
and then there was one part where George it was probably like the third or fourth time where George was like, and if you're interested in joining the Discord, just send us an email. And so I sent him an email.
That nice. Okay. So we love that. It's been great. Well, you've been a great addition to the Discord. Yes. We're going to talk about one of your works of art a little bit later today. But yeah, so it's great to have you here. George, Harrison, do you want to ask Tikenten anything?
Yeah, as always, having somebody as part of the First Law community, that's one of the reasons we do the guest spots, is to get to hear from other people. And so we always ask a few questions, like one of the main ones being is, when did you start reading the First Law, and which book did you start with?
Yeah, so it was actually recommended to me by my buddy Vet, because at that time I read books pretty much all my life, and then I took a good break from it, mainly because I went into teaching English, and that was enough books for me.
Yeah.
But then I picked up the Fire and Ice series, and that was like, put that trash down, let me put you onto a good series. And although I do sort of still like those books, I started it with First Law.
It's a great series. Let's tell your friend to calm down.
Yeah. There's only so many. Well, it's a different series. We can talk about it.
It is.
But I started with the Blade itself, and I went and
good
sequential over.
Good.
Traditionalist, I see.
Sensible person.
Yeah,
take it easy.
Yeah, I've recommended the book to a few people now, and I always mention the standalones, and I have one buddy who just skipped past the original trilogy, skipped Serve Cold and Red Country, and only read the heroes, and that's enough for me. I don't need to read the rest.
What a goddamn madman! He needs to be put down.
He needs to be taken out behind the shed and shot.
That's somebody who only has Tom Clancy books on his shelf.
Oh my
Basically.
god! Wow, that's wild, man. Oh my lord! Oh my lord!
Did you like it?
Yeah, he loved the heroes.
No?
He liked it, but I'm
I
good.
love this, but I'm not reading anymore.
One of the things I've noticed from the people that I've like got into reading it is that Glocta's very first questions chapter put a lot of people off with how long it is, because I normally just recommend the audiobook, but that first chapter is like an hour long in itself.
Is it?
It is. I mean, I think the Blade itself is kind of a slog for new readers, even though I like the book, obviously. But it is kind of tough on new readers. Most people, I know a lot of people who read the Blade itself, and then they just can't go on after that. They're like, oh, I'll get to the books later. It's not that interesting. So.
Or like where I read it, and I first read first listened to the questions chapter. I'm like, yeah, this is the book for me. So.
Nice.
I mean, I'm one of those people. I fucking love the Blade itself because of that. And as you've listened to the podcast as well, like we often complain, or not complain, but compare the Age of Madness to the first trilogy, where things are broken up in a way that each individual chapter kind of loses a little bit because it's broken up. So, I prefer the old way.
Yeah.
The old ways are better.
Old ways, yeah.
Real quick I just have to say about the Age of Madness, I have to shout out George, because you brought up something a couple episodes ago that I was very happy about. We talked about the voice of the rich guy who Orso talks to.
Yeah.
It's my top favorite
Goradek,
voice.
yeah.
Goradek.
Lord Chancellor Goradek.
The finances are simply impossible.
Like when you brought up the voice, I'm just like, yes, I was very happy.
Excellent. I'm glad you liked that. That was one of my best efforts.
And it's cool and interesting that you said that it was the length of the questions chapter that put him off, not necessarily the content of the questions chapter.
Right. The Twitter and horror.
Right, because a few people, a couple people that I've tried to get to read the Blade itself, they read that and they're like, this is like a bit much. I don't know.
Attention span is not equipped for this.
He's cutting fingers? Like what? So okay. And you said you started reading this 4 or 5 years ago, you said?
No, my buddy Bet recommended it, I want to say 2024. So I've read I did my first read through of the 10 books, if we count Sharp Ends, and then as I finished Sharp Ends, went back and read the first, and then that's where I started narrowing down. Red Country by far is my favorite. So.
You said Red Country is your favorite?
I've done like 6 read-throughs of Red Country. So.
I am so proud of you.
That's awesome, man. That was my next question too. So, what about Red Country is what draws you into it?
So, one, in general, I love westerns, and so get the western feel right off the bat. But also, I am a Logan defender.
You're a Logan apologist. Is that what you are?
I am, and I think he's just such a well-written character, and was the one I was most invested with throughout the trilogy. And I went through the whole book series completely blind, so know that he would make an appearance or what was going on, because the only thing I knew was that you had the trilogy or 3 standalones, and I didn't know what that meant. Like standalones, I thought would not keep any recurring characters, and then I knew like the Age of Madness was like 20 to 30 years afterwards. So I'm like, okay, so he might be gone, but then Lamb.
Well, he's still alive in my heart.
It's got everything that I like.
Expecting Logan to turn up in the Age of Madness as well when you read it?
No, as soon as they said that when he left and the sunset was shining down on him, I'm like, okay, you can't get more definitive. He's gone than that.
Yeah. The classic western. Yeah. Okay. And so where like let's look at the series, right, in a frame of like 3 trilogies, right? You have the original trilogy, then the standalones, they're commonly known as the Great Leveler trilogy, and then obviously Age of Madness. Give me your rankings on those trilogies.
That order. First,
1, 2, 3.
first trilogy, standalones, then Age of Madness. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Although I do have. Hold up. Let me find it. I do have my.
And
books.
you making me making a whole bunch of different lists, huh?
No, I don't have a life.
Damn, now I feel like
I'm right there with you, brother.
I wrote down my order of books, and so I've got Red Country. Well, interesting. I got Red Country and Best Served Cold before as my top 2 books. Then Before They Are Hanged, Last Argument of Kings, A Little Hatred, because I do love A Little Hatred, Blade Itself, Heroes, Trouble with Peace, Wisdom of Crowds, and then Sharp Ends.
Okay.
nice.
Before They Hang being high is good for me. I love Before They Hang.
Yeah. Before They Hanged is so good. So I like that you correctly rate the Age of Madness trilogy low on the totem
Take
pole.
it easy, Jeffrey. We're not through it yet.
I just like poking Harrison. But I'm just being honest. But so far the read through A Little Hatred is going well. I like it. So
That's what I wanted to ask. Is like how do you feel on your second read through versus the first one? I know we're just on A Little Hatred still, but
taking my I remember when I first read A Little Hatred, I was invested because I was so enthralled with the characters and hyped coming off just like when I reread all the books prior to reading A Little Hatred, and so I was really hyped into it, and I think what sours Age of Madness for me really is Wisdom of Crowds, really, because the more I think about it, the more I remember how fast I read A Little Hatred and Trouble with Peace, and how just really invested I was in the events of that book and those 2 books. Obviously, you love to. I never hated Savine, but I'm like, oh, she's an objectively terrible person, but I love her.
pretty terrible.
And Orso is my sweet baby prince that no one should ever hurt. And at the very beginning, the very first time I read A Little Hatred, I was like, oh, Leo, he's cool. And then just like those by the 3rd chapter, I was like, it's a bit whiny.
It's
a bit whiny. What's going on here? What's with these views? What's going on, Leo? You're supposed to be a protagonist. How dare you? And I was like, oh, but I learned from the first protagonist of the first law that what you see is not always what you're gonna get.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. Harrison, did you have another question that you wanted to ask?
I mean, we actually did go through quite a few of them.
Right. So I was actually gonna kind of like divert into the community interaction, just kind of like or do you want?
Actually, there's one last question is when did you start listening to the podcast? I know you said obviously. Oh no, so you said that. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
You said you answered all the questions naturally.
Well,
you're such a natural.
I do have an exact moment of when I started listening to the podcast.
Oh shit!
Because it was on my most recent read through of Red Country, and I stay away from Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
There.
I have a funny things. I'm on Team George, but no, as great as the series is, there's not too many people I see talking about it, and I was reading Red Country, and I just wanted to hear people's reaction of Lamb and Shy at the very first bar that they go to.
Yeah.
That scene there. And so I was I was typing in Red Country reactions and reviews, and I tried YouTube, and it's like there was 2 things and like that. And then your guys was the first one that popped up when I put it into Google, and so I clicked in, scrolled through, found that episode, and listened to it, and I was like, okay, yeah.
That's actually more unique than
that's incredible.
Most people. A lot of people hear about us on Reddit, or they look it up and they start from the beginning, but you kind of start in the middle for a great reason. That's kind of one reason why we wanted to do the read throughs is to kind of share the experience with people. So that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it was because I started from there, listened to the episode because I wanted to see if y'all were like a group that I would listen to. I liked that episode, but there was also like I just didn't try to be polished and let that go over humor. Like I was like, okay, they're a little bit dysfunctional. Perfect. Okay. They got some humor. And then you guys have order and structure too. And I'm like, okay. And so I went after listening to that, I went just to the start of y'all's Red Country read through, listened to that, and then I went back to episode 1 and listened through.
I love it. I love that.
Incredible. A little bit dysfunctional should be our tagline.
A little dysfunction. That's great. Taking a quick moment to dive right into our community interaction segment. I know we usually do that at the beginning of these episodes, but we want to just jump right in with Tikenten. But as usual, we want to remind you all to hop on over to the House of the Meme Makers subreddit and sign your asses up for the Little Hatred Memeing Every Chapter extravaganza.
And once
Volunteer yourselves as tribute.
We're all hypocrites because none of us have done one. So.
We are above that. We are above that. We are the General Council Committee, whatever the commies call that fucking
You're
group.
pulling rank, are you, Lord Chamberlain?
God damn it, I am. You goddamn right I am. So get over there, type your reddit.com in your keyboard, go to the House of the Meme Maker subreddit, and choose some goddamn chapters. How many chapters at this point, George?
It's like another 30 left to go. So
Fuck me, man. There's no way. Oh, my God. Get in there. I don't want to have to ask. I'm not asking nicely anymore. Unless, George, you want to ask nicely. Do you want to ask nicely?
Please.
Okay. Well, that's as nice as we're going to get. And so don't forget to do that. And we're also just going to jump right into our best meme of the week. Georgie boy, that's you. Take it away.
So this is one of Tikenten's memes, which is unfortunately not able to be posted on Reddit because it's AI and it'll get downvoted to hell. But it's Leo at the end of the Age of Madness trilogy when he's in his wheelchair. It's not really good. It's just, but he's a lemon.
The young lemon.
And it is perfect. Like the propaganda in the background, there's a flag that says order, stability, lemons.
And so where you're going to see that at, right, George, is by the time this episode's released is going to be since this meme is not on Reddit because George broke his own rule there this one time. Well, it's not the first time he's broke a rule, but whatever. It's actually we're gonna release it on our IG page with the permission of Tikenten. We're gonna release it on our Instagram page, so you'll be able to see it there. I will provide a link to the Instagram post in our episode description at that time. Mm-hmm. So I just want to give you a heads up. So by the time you hear this, you should be able to see it. So, but Tikenten, thank you for that. That was a work of art.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
Of course. As soon as I saw the episode title, I'm like, yeah, I got to do something with that.
And I think that episode, like, I feel like a bunch of people were shooting off memes in that Discord, weren't they?
Yeah, there was quite a few.
Yeah.
You take the cake there. That is incredible. I know it's AI, and I know it's it's not the hardest thing to do, but just getting that result is just incredible.
It's great. It is
so funny to laugh at.
Order, stability, lemons.
Lemons.
The people are fools. We are the cure. I like how his stump of a leg, it's like literally like the rind, like the wet.
Yeah, it is disturbing, but I think hilarious.
It is funny that he has no legs at all here, though, as well. That's
That's right. Does he have one functioning leg or no?
No, he has nothing. He's got one stump, and the other leg goes down.
No, I mean in the book. I forget.
Oh yeah, no, in the book he can still walk, but he's got like a false leg.
So he's got one leg and one false leg.
Oh,
I
does
think
he completely lose
AI can never actually recreate anything perfectly. I've tried so many times; it just doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's the thought that counts, and it's fucking hilarious. So
it is a great
thank
one.
you so much for that.
The young lemon.
Yeah, it's great. We love it. We love it. Thank you again for that. So we'll kind of return back to the body of the episode, as you might want to call it. And George, you want to run through us the special topic?
Yeah. So Tikenten, you want to showcase your top 50 characters in the first law?
Yeah. So when I was recommended the series, my buddy was like, "Well, I want a character ranking by the time you're done with it," and I was like, "Okay." Then obviously I got way too invested in the series, so I'm like, I can't do a top 10. There's too many characters I like, and so I did a top 50, which people should not do because spent way too much time doing it. But
I mean, how many? That's got to be most of the characters, right? Of any note.
it's a lot of them. I didn't get like Gordex or anybody that like tertiary, but
Dare you?
I've got to say, I've gone through it, and there are like a ton of characters that would be there in the top 50 for me that aren't in there.
And I got the way that I went through it is like, one, I ranking by the enjoyment of the character. I factored that in, as well as like their well writtenness, then their like contribution to the story. So, and then just uniqueness. Do they just feel like the same character, or are they entirely unique? Which is why at the very, very bottom of the list I have Gunner Broad.
Gunner Broad, yeah, he is a bottom. He's a number 50 character. 100%.
Do you guys want me to go through all of them, or do you just want me to pick different parts? I can.
If you just want to list them off, and we'll make comments along the way.
Yeah, and then maybe we might chime in. We're like, oh, it's interesting you put this character at this number, that kind of thing.
Sounds good. Yeah, 50 I've got Gunner Broad. At 49 I've got Frost. At 48 I've got Javry. 47 I've got Clover. 46, who I actually want to move up further, but I've got Finry.
So
45. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go with this one. 45.
45 Judge.
So okay, so right off the bat, I'm noticing you're following the trend of Harrison, right, in terms of like misogyny, and I love it. I love how this is.
You bastard!
I'd vote for Finray 2 times if I could. I'm kidding.
Vote for it.
Top 50 hottest characters in the first lock. And then the number 5 criteria is male or female.
44, I've got Taldura. 43, I've got Leo.
Okay.
Whoa!
43?
Are you mad? I'm just kidding. It's your opinion, so
This is.
No, that's wrong.
Jesus.
42, I've got Dab Sweet.
Well, no, go back to Leo. Yeah, I was going to explain.
Okay, what's up? All right.
Well,
yeah,
this is a little low.
There's an act that Leo does that transcends the writtenness of the book, a crime that I can't forgive him for.
How do you mean? That's interesting.
Well, you guys are doing spoilers now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was saying he kills the top 3 character, but I could not forgive. Forgive him.
That's not one of the criteria, though. You can't. He's not a bad person. Oh, he is a bad person, but he's not a bad.
Number
character.
1 right there, enjoyment of the character.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not only by criteria. It's listed from top to bottom by
It's his criteria. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll put a true piece of shit. Hypocrisy had a name. It would be Leo Dan Brock. I wrote that he was well written, and I did like that. Like, he was brave. You could just say it was an extreme case of naivety, but he was capable. But he was well written, going from being brave, starry-eyed dreamer to a mutilated, self-loathing traitor. His journey had a ton of contradictions, ill planning. I obviously don't mess with his racism and homophobia, although it seems like he was kind of like self-hating and battling some demons in him. And then he just brings the worst ideas to the room. So whenever he comes up with a plan, whether it's from his friends or to his mom, or the worst plan out of everybody, that has been made, and it gets pretty eye-rolling at time.
Okay.
So I just continue, and I said, while it's intentional that he's a direct opposite to Orso, I felt like he could have been given a few traits, made it debatable to like him or not. It seems the more mutilated he became, the fewer positive qualities remained. And with over a third of the books series dedicated to him, I hope he became less one-dimensional at the end. Seemed like the more he deteriorated in that last book, except for the awesome ploy of like trapping people in the barns and setting it up. Like
that was Jared's idea, though.
I like the deterioration thing, but I don't agree that he's one-dimensional at all, because I feel like a lot of the things that he feels are kind of implied at the end.
I feel that way for sure in like books, first and second book of Age of Madness, but I feel like in Wisdom of Crowds, he was just acting the same the entire time, and once he reached his low, he just stood at that, and
he definitely is like shit in terms of like you know in life, as always, people have two choices: choose to be good or let yourself be bad, and he obviously lets himself be bad. So I agree with that, but I do think he's got more going on. But we'll get more into that later, I think, because we could stay on Leo or most of these characters for ages. So continue on, Mike.
Yeah, and like I said, the 43 placement is mainly from the very first line. Enjoyment. I hate him, but he is a well-written character, absolutely. 42, I got Dab Sweet. 41, Brother Longfoot, which is heavily influenced by the narration.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
40, I've put Curtin Craw. You guys killed him on the read-through. Surprised to see how much y'all did not like Curtin Craw.
No, we none of us liked him at all, did we?
Well, I liked Curtin Craw.
Oh, it was just me and Harrison then, as usual. We're teaming out.
This is why we're a dictatorship. Jeffrey ultimately makes the decisions because me and George's voices don't matter, just like in real life.
Yeah, just like in real life.
I'm Team Jeffrey with this one. 39, I've got Mama.
Oh, damn snake! Oh shit!
30,
okay.
For all 3 lines, that's an incredible rating there. I love that.
38, I've got Crummicky Fail. 37, I've got Savian. 36, I've got Shanked. 35, I've got Vic. Uh-oh.
There.
Should I stop there?
No, it's okay. Well, no, I think you listen to the podcast. You obviously already know I'm a big Vic proponent. I know George is too. I think that we'll just let it play out. I don't want to bog you down what are the? I'm looking at the list at the same time. Setting up. Okay. You just don't. Do you feel like she's just a little not enough? You know.
No, I at a certain point it got hard to rank characters because I just like the other ones more.
Fair. Okay, yeah, that's true.
Like to make it on the list in general was tough. Well, then I've got
no. You keep going.
You keep going. Yeah.
All right. Red Three Trees at 34, Shy at 33, Salt at 32.
Oh. You are less than wretched.
Yes.
I think he's such a great antagonist to Glocta. 31, I've got Iscerny Fail. 30, I've got He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Keep going. That's great. I love that. That's awesome, man.
Okay.
29, I've got Pharaoh.
That's fair.
28, I put Fenris the Feared.
Interesting.
Ooh.
It just like he's badass as fuck.
He's definitely one of their coolest characters, and one of the only true, besides that just look like humans that are in like their prime and they're well polished and stainless. He's the one of the only true ones that like look like a monster or some sort of thing that belongs in a fantasy world. He's described as being like 8 feet tall and literally can't be killed. He was just badass.
Okay.
27, which I would honestly move further up, but now we're getting into people that I really like. I put Bethod, but I do love Bethod.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
26, I put Pike.
Pike.
And now 25 and below is hard to rank. These are all characters I love. So 25, I've got Ricky or Ricka.
Ricky. Sorry.
24, Carlot. 23, Honey. 22, Sulfur.
Interesting.
I love Sulfur.
George is like disgusting.
1, Calder. And then I've got my 21, I put Calder. I do love Calder too. But then I've got my top 20, which is Friendly at 20, Savine at 19, Gorst at 18, Black Dow at 17, Shivers at 16, Monscaro at 15, Artie at 14, Morvier, my boy, at 13.
God.
Oh,
Morvier is incredible.
the most sleeper sneak-in you have out on this list so far. That's awesome.
I've got to agree with that. I fucking love Morvier. Morvier is incredible.
12, I've got Kadia, because as a person, he's my favorite person. But and Yulwei. 11 is Yulwei, because I could talk about Yulwei for a lot after that.
Sparrow.
10, I've got Baez. 9, I've got West. 8, I've got Vitari. 7, Dogman. 6, Giselle. And then my 5 is Temple, then Casca, Orso, and then tied for 1 is Glockton and Logan.
Top 3, totally get that. Casca with you, but Temple, I love Temple as well, but why does he stick out as number 5 for you?
I like his entire arc. It does feel like well-rounded, starting from kind of a Howard who is quick to run but battling with his morals. You can relate. Most people can relate to being in a situation that they would do anything to get out of, but they cannot, whether it's their own kind of like personal obstacles or it's literally impossible. And I like that he starts at the lowest and he only better throughout the series.
I like Temple for a similar reason, because he kind of overcomes that horrible feeling that everybody has that I can't do this. Because he always feels like from the beginning that he's like, oh, I can't do what's right because of this and that and this and that. And it's only when he's stripped of all the things that he's built up that he realizes that he can absolutely do that.
And there's so many like small great things too, where like Glockta is shackle that pulls him back to it. And so it's nice that not only do we see him Glockta break away from Glockta, but then we have the other part where I'm sorry, why do I keep saying Glockta?
I was with you.
Thank you. Casca is his shackle, but we see him not just being with them but breaking free, but we also have where Casca shows up again, and you see him kind of sink back in there, but he this time is able to be rescued mentally and physically kind of by Jai, and then we have the perfect conclusion to Casca of Temple basically accepting his fate, ready to accept death, even though he's still scared shitless. He pissed himself walking up to his execution, but he stood his ground. I really like his journey.
Yeah. That also, I really like your list as well, because you don't just rank them. You have like your reason or kind of what they were about or what stuck out to you. And that's really cool, man. Like, I feel like you need to share this list with the world, man.
I put it in y'all's Discord.
We did. I know that's the link that George sent us to go back to reference. So obviously the people on our Discord has already looked through this, but I just meant like they need to see it. Everyone needs to see it. But this is awesome, man.
How much time did this take you?
Probably took me like 3 weeks to write it.
3 weeks.
And that was
okay.
a lot of like writing it, putting names on there, taking people off, and then deciding how I even wanted to order it, and then started writing the descriptions for each character.
Nice.
Gotcha.
I don't think I can ever do that because it's my values. Like I would get on the file that I accept, like, oh no, that's wrong. No, that's right. And it would just keep happening forever. So there's no definitive fucking list ever.
Wasn't it you who said as well, Tikenten, that whenever we were talking about characters in the Discord too, you were like, yeah, whenever I start to reread them too, I move them around because like you read that character in the moment, they have this moment or something happens, you're like, actually, he's in the top 10.
I said, I don't know how many supporters he has, but even now, like having listened to the podcast, there's some people that I would move closer to 1, and some I'd move up more closer to 50. Like if I rewrote this now, with the perspectives I've heard, I would like Gorse doesn't belong in the top 20. I'd probably move him to like 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And
I don't know about that. Well, yeah, obviously I'm going to disagree, but I think Gorse is like number 10 for me.
He's
fucking love
number
Gorse.
10 for you.
You're a madman.
Just because it exposes such a tender nerve in people these days. It's like every fucking young man that listens to Andrew Tate, you know? It's like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. It's nothing to do with me. It's everybody else's.
Oh my god, is Gorse Andrew Tate?
He might be. He might be.
Andrew Tate with skill. And then it always rubs me wrong not having Bethod in my top 20. So I'd been there.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I want to ask you about your top 50 is where the fuck is Joubert?
Where the fuck is Joubert?
Where is Joubert?
I don't think there's anybody I would swap him out for.
I would replace Broad with Joubert. Easy.
Oh, we'll get there, Jeffrey. I'm just kidding. Broad's not in my top 10 either.
He's not in my top 50.
Really?
I don't even know. I don't even know who was in my top 50. I know Broad isn't though.
All right. Well, who's I have a list ready.
Do you now?
Yeah, not for the top 50. I'm not that intellectually gifted. I couldn't do that. But I did make an honorable mentions list, which none of them are inside of your top 50 because these are characters who are like, they don't really feel like characters. They're kind of like, they're none of Joe's characters are one note, but they're much lower on that list. But they're just characters I really, really like to stand out. So here's my honorable mentions list, and then we can do the top 10. Okay. Honorable mentions list, General Forrest, because he's the GOAT. He was sitting there fighting off the goddamn communists for years. I mean, for an entire season with nothing but a box of scraps. He was awesome.
Lord Marshal Forrest.
Lord Marshal Forrest. He is, or Colonel Forrest, or Sergeant Forrest, or whatever the fuck you want to call him. He is. The fact that he pops up in like the 3rd chapter and sticks around and actually happens to be super competent, super good guy, and he gets healed in such a tragic way. I love his little character. Obviously, number 2, not these as in any particular order for the honorable mentions, but number 2 is the Adeptus Historical. I don't think I need to say anything about that. What? He protects history. Number 3 is Hardbread. Again, kind of like Forrest, but for the North. He just sticks around, does Northman shit, and is loyal as fuck.
I'll stick Red Hat in there with him as well.
If you wish. Joubert is number 4 because God wills it. I think that if I read Best Served Cold, Day would not be in this list at all. But Pacey's performance of Day in Best Served Cold is so like entertaining and spices up the whole book because of the cute little French accent he puts on that
Ooh,
like
la, la.
I just really like her presence inside the story. Number 6 is Faithful Carpi because his his little role in the story is so poignant and so clear, and it's again tragic death that he does those little tragic deaths so well. Number 7 is May Broad because she's kind of a bad bitch. She takes care of shit. She goes up that she takes care of her family. Everyone thinks she's this little girl, and she's like, no, I'm a woman. Thank you very much. I just like her character. She sticks out for me every single time I read the book. I'm always looking to see if there's a little note, a little something I missed in her characteristic or something she says in passing.
That's a great pick.
Number, maybe I'm already past my number, but second to last is Ganmark because he's literally like a boss. He's a boss, and he comes in there, boss music starts playing, and they're like, oh, this guy will be easy. And no, he's not. He's awesome. He's so cool. And then lastly, I have Joppo. Joppo Mercado is an excellent character for how little we get of him. And he's just so well written, so nuanced, so many little inklings of Shivers and Rogan and Monza and all this regality, but he's also free, and like it's such an interesting character. That's my honorable mentions list.
Oh man, there's some ones I want to talk about that are on there. That's
Ganmark
was such a good pick. I should have included him because he was like a boss fight. He was fighting 3 people at the same time and winning. I know Jeffrey hates the statue impalement that happens, but
Yeah, that was yeah.
He was too powerful. He had to be killed by the
He is
plot.
too powerful, had to be killed by the gods. Is that what you're saying?
Ganmark, the best swordsman in the world.
His dick was too big. They needed to cut him down.
It took Juvens himself to kill him. It wasn't Juvens though, the statue, was it? It was
Stollicus, maybe?
It was
Stollicus,
Stollicus.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I want to talk about Lawson as well that you didn't mention, but I love Lawson. I think he's such an interesting look into like the bureaucracy, and like he's a completely like zealous character when it comes to how he exists in the Inquisition. He just believes what the Inquisition says all the time. But at the same time, Lawson, he's the one that runs the camp.
Yeah. No, I'll say that I love his character ever since he like the very first time he chewed out West, because he brought a perspective that wasn't seen a lot, where he, like West shows up and he's chastising him for like the condition of the camps, and then Lawson has a really good report where he's like, okay, but that's easy for you who have come from England or wherever to like see this, but I'm living with them here every single day. Like he's not living in much better conditions at that time himself.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right. It's a really unique perspective to be like a reminder of like, yes, West is coming in like, I'm the hero, you can't do this. But reality, the world runs anyways, and people are going to suffer. And that's a really good perspective to have.
Yeah. You want to get your list, Harrison? Your actual list?
I will ask you guys, Jeff and George. I think you guys can pick your top 5 because we all know who the top probably 3 are for you guys. Because, I mean, hello. So just pick a couple extra. Who do you guys think are your top 5?
Well, number 1 is always, I've got to agree with you. It's just Doctor Logan.
Yeah.
Also, probably not number 3. I'd probably say
Savine
for 3. I think Savine is a very interesting character.
Savine,
and I don't like Savine, and then I'm going to say Leo at 4 because I think Leo is one of the most interesting character studies in almost in all the fiction. To be honest, he's so. I don't know. It's the capturing of self-hatred, which is so interesting, and I just think that it's one of the best. Yeah, and then 5, I'm going to put. 5 is probably the hardest, actually. It's got to be Baez.
Yeah.
The Baez is he's just a completely different version of a character that everybody's seen before. He starts out as sort of like a mentor to Logan, and then moves on and just gradually gets worse and worse and worse. And you see more of his fucking awful personality under it, and it's just.
But on the read through, he doesn't even hide it really. Like ever since the moment he busts out the bathroom door, swing in and he blows the dude to pieces. Like,
yeah, my brother is currently reading the First Law series, and he lives with me, and so every day I would like check in. What do you think about this, or what do you notice here? And he despises Baez, but the truth is he despises Baez because he didn't see him as a villain. He realized that the whole time he never changed characters. That's what makes Baez such a good character. He is the same guy. We just don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love Baez. Hate him, but I love him as a character.
Jeff, I'll give my top 10, and then that'll give you some more time to think about yours.
Okay.
Don't stress out, Jeff.
No, I'm just thinking.
Yeah. Okay. Number 1, I think definitively is Galacta for me. Number 2 is Logan. Obvious reasons, don't really need to explain that. They're pretty much 1 and 2 for everybody across the board. Number 3 for me is Baez, for the reasons I just stated, all the reasons. I think 2, people get to the end of the original trilogy like, oh, he's the bad guy. Like, no. He still likes tea. He's still just that kid who has this rival. He still wants to have, he's a human being. And I think that is really impressive for somebody you never get inside the head of. So number 4 is Savine. I think she's a very, very, like you even said in your description, that she's very layered. Her arc is very nuanced. She goes from being a capitalist cunt slaver, essentially, to being a mother who is actively trying to make the Union better, but not just for herself anymore, but maybe in spite of Leo. And maybe she's not like a good person, but who the fuck is in these books anyways? So I really, really like her nuance, her arc, how she changes. I think it's just so like you read her stuff and I feel like I'm reading Galacta, and it's in terms of the complexity, but she also has these notes of Giselle that are like ingrained into her because it's genetic. And I think it's just so impressive. Number 5 is Casca for me. I just think, at least maybe if I read it, it'd be different, but Pacey is so iconic as Casca. He is the Captain Jack Sparrow of the First Law universe. He can walk in a room, instant charisma. It is so entertaining. Number 6 for me is Monza. Monza is like, she's kind of like, in a way, Savine, in the same way, like she has this arc, but instead of being scum from the beginning, she's actually a good person. She has the opposite arc as most of the characters do. Most characters, you like him at first, and then you find out that they're shit later on. Whereas Monza, you're like, oh, she's kind of shit. And later on, you're like, actually, she's not that bad. So I really like that dichotomy. And then number 7 is Orso. Again, I don't really need to explain that one. I just like him a little bit less than some of the others. Number 8 is Leo, for the reasons George said. Number 9 is Ardy, because she is, again, impressively written for somebody we never get a POV of. I think she's probably one of the smartest characters in the First Law series. And like, she's a character who I could meet in real life and like, it would feel like a person. There's this like, there's no weird things going on with her. She just feels like a person. And number 10, I do have Bethod, because I've raved about Bethod many times on the podcast. Bethod is just a complete badass and super well written, I think, for how little he has going on.
It's a good list. I was surprised at Ardy being in the top 10. I love Ardy too. I think, yeah, I think if I rewrote my list, I'd move her much like closer to 1, just because there's no bad Ardy moments like chapters or whatnot.
Yeah. You're right though, Tikenten, because like ranking these people, like somebody has to go at the 50 spot. Somebody has to go at the 49th spot. Like it's really hard to rank these people because they're so well written.
I don't know if I can forgive you and George putting Leo in top 10, but it's he is lower extremely well written. He is extremely well. Yeah. God, he's such a dick.
Here's my thought too. Here's my thought too. If we saw Galacta's origin from the very beginning, you would probably feel the same way about Glokta. Him just fucking women, kicking them to the wayside, him acting like a hero, then coming back and whining like a little bitch whenever he's the one who got captured. He's the one who made the choice. Oh, now he's oh, woe is me. I went to the camp. I was in the prison of Gurkle. Like because we catch him after all that, we don't see a negative arc. We see him have another positive arc. So we has a positive light on him. Whereas Leo, we see him in taking a negative arc. But that's just my thought on that.
I mean, Leo is only about 10 years younger than Glokta in the start of the first law. Glokta's like 30.
35.
Is he 35 in the first book?
He's 35, yes, because Wes is 30. He's 5 years older. He says, Glokta says he's 35. That's the benchmark.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for some reason I thought he was 30. Okay. Never mind. He's like 15's a much higher chunk.
Yeah.
But
it really does line up there, doesn't it? Like the timeline. If Leo was going to take a similar path to Glokta in his apart from him being Lord Governor, obviously, if he was going to do a similar progression through the army at his age, then he would probably get to where Glokta was at his age.
Yeah, I think at the time of the Blade itself, Logan is the one that's like 35, 36. Glokta, I think, is like 32 or 31.
No, we never get a Logan age. It's speculative.
Glokta but it's like mid 30s for Logan.
It's speculative that we don't know.
Whereas
Glokta says he's 35. He specifically says he is. But it's semantics, really. It doesn't.
Wait, Glokta said it? I don't remember.
He says it in the Blade itself. He says he's 35.
Well, that calls for a reread, but okay.
Well, Jeffrey, what are your top 5?
He says it when he's trying to get out of the bath, and he's like, "Oh, get out of bed." It's like, I'm only 35, and I shit myself getting out of bed in the morning.
That's probably it. Number one, obviously, clearly has to be, Sour Nightfall. No, I'm kidding.
We're in a blood.
We're in a blood.
I gotta go.
I don't know who you're talking about. Number 1 and 2 are interchangeable for me. It's Glokta and Logan, or Logan and Glokta.
Yeah.
This is a difficult one for me because I'm thinking, like, is this characters that I think are like the best, like written the best, or are they characters that resonate with me more, that I like more, that I enjoy? I think I'm gonna just, for this list, kind of just like for brevity's sake, I'm gonna do number 3. I'm gonna do like a combination of those two criteria. Monza. Nice. Number 4. I'll do Orso. Orso for number 4. And number 5. This one I've been really like thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this one, and this is gonna surprise you guys. Shy.
Really?
Because
she was my 11th spot. She was my 11th spot because I wanted to put her in the top 10.
Just because like her character arc, her journey, like really resonated with me, and the idea of like hating yourself but still doing what needs to be done for your family, to the point where you're putting your obviously other people's needs, before your own, and your own your own desires always take a back burner. And obviously she comes from a sordid past of sorts. I just think she's really, really, really well written, where it doesn't come off as like, when you're reading her perspective, it doesn't come off as, oh God, I get it. It doesn't come off that way for me. Even though that is a lot. Like, I'm not saying it's repetitive, but we're well familiar with the thoughts that she has in the chapters, but it always maintains its consistent in its impact. It doesn't lose its impact.
I think she's one of like the most human or realistic characters too. Like she had little to no plot armor. Like she gets in a lot of scrapes throughout the series. She has terrible luck. Things go wrong. Like, she stumbles and fails each time, and like she's just very realistic. And
when we're going through Red Country, we talked about it too. Like, she really is one of the morally best characters. Something bad happens, she feels bad. Whether it's to her, to somebody else, she's empathetic. It's like a really good contrast to remind us, like you said, Tikenten, that what a modern day, hopefully, modern day educated, healthy person would would react to, would being like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. And to be honest, Shy's character is the only character in the First Law that legitimately like made me tear up. The part where, she talks about Logan. He's my dad. Right? And I was like, oh God. And then obviously what she says to Dad's sweet. And then even obviously her despair at Logan actually finally leaving at the end. So
I think there's probably four moments I teared up during the series. At least I can recall, and that was one of them. It's a good one.
Yes, it is a good one.
Yeah. So that's my top 5 off the cuff.
That's good, Jeffrey.
Not not prepared or anything like that. Do we have anything else? Like another topic or anything? I think that's pretty.
I think we're good. Tikenten, do you have anything else you want to talk about or share on the podcast?
In terms of like relation to the chapters or like rankings, not really. I have like questions I'm just curious to ask y'all, but those can also be just things I ask y'all on the Discord, or if you want to answer here. But
I mean, I would love to answer them now. Yeah,
sure. Go. All right. So let's do this.
Okay. So the first question I guess that I have is for Jeffrey, because you said that you were going to. Have you listened to any of the audiobook yet?
Oh, what a true fan calls Jeffrey. You can't even be mad at him.
I can't. I have to figure out a compelling reason to send him to the gulag. But
that'll be my second question that gets me sent there.
I've listened to bits of the audiobooks. I have not listened to an audiobook of the First Law. Actually, I haven't listened to any audiobook ever from start to finish yet. I'm too much of a visual reader.
I was just going to ask. Yeah. Oh, my second question was: have you started the Devils?
I have not. I think we all knew the answer to that question as soon as you asked it.
Stop it, Jeffrey.
Oh.
Hey, you've got a whole fucking mob of people that are angry for you for that.
You know what, Jeffrey? You created some kind of internet sensation among our fans. Like,
apparently,
that's a couple of guests now that have come on and said, "Jeffrey, have you read the Devils?"
I know.
You created.
How long can I keep the gag going for? No, I said it on record on the podcast. As soon as I'm done with the Malazan series, and I'm only a book and a half away, then I start the Devils. I said this. I know I said this.
No.
All right.
But you said you were 2 books away like 6 months ago, so I don't know.
6 months ago, I think is a stretch.
And then I just have, my last question that I did want to ask on here, it would be for each of you and be off the top. Uh-huh. For someone who has read the entire First Law series and that's their type of books, what other book or audiobook would you recommend?
Oh,
it's gonna be Jeff and George's forte. I'll be honest, I don't read or listen to a lot nowadays with everything I have going on in my life. So that's gonna be your guys' area of expertise.
Are we talking? Are you talking fantasy?
Yeah, she kind of any genre. I have a book list that I'm starting for the summer, and I'd love to add one of y'all's recommendations to.
Ooh, well, okay. the biggest recommendation that I'll ever have, if you like the comedy and you like Joe's style of humor, is always going to be Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett's humor, and it's just absurd, fantastical fantasy, but it's got the exact kind of character building and humor that Joe has. He's probably I think he wrote about 50 or 60 books or something like that. And there is no order to it. Well, if you want to start with one, start with Guards. It's literally the Guards, ! Guards.
Okay.
After that, do The Color of Magic.
I like that name.
Yeah. But Terry Pratchett is incredible. I will never stop gushing about him because he's just such a whimsical but yet serious, in the same way that Joe is.
Awesome. I'll definitely check that out.
That's probably why he quotes him too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If we're sticking,
you're not going to recommend Malazan, Jeff, the book you're reading right now.
I do enjoy
the one
it.
that you have neglected the devils for.
Listen, look, hold up. First of all, apparently it's Malazan, which I think is dumb. I think it's Malazan sounds much better, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
I am reading it, and I do enjoy it. So if you're looking for fantasy, like if you're sticking to fantasy, I recommend. It's dense. It is dense. Heads up, it's dense. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I read that the first Malazan book was written to be an RPG and not a game, not a book.
No, they
has that been debunked?
The authors are like big Dungeon and Dragon players, and the first book was based off of a D&D game.
So it's like kind of what I do. That's cool.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah, I don't understand what that means, but I know the book is based off of their own game, I guess. Whatever. Sanderson is cool. If you like his world building is fantastic. His dialogue is
not Joe's.
Yeah, no. If you're looking for something, I'm gonna go a little outside fantasy. I don't know if you ever read any of Cormac McCarthy's works, but the Border trilogy. Right, so that's start off with All the Pretty Horses, and then that's The Crossing, and then Cities of the Plain. So you start with All the Pretty Horses. In my opinion, the greatest American author. Well, he was living not too long ago, but he died. But
I would have had No Country for Old Men, the audiobook in there as well. That's a very good audiobook.
Yeah, I mean The Road. Yeah, Blood Meridian. God Christ Almighty! Don't read Blood Meridian just yet. You got to ease into that bitch. So read the Border trilogy first. I would recommend it. All the Pretty Horses. Yeah, that's what I'll recommend to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
I've got one more, and it's one that I read recently, which is if you like a bit of horror, it's a historical horror called Pilgrim by Mitchell Luthi.
Pilgrim by Mitchell Luthi?
Yeah, Mitchell is spelled Mitchell. Luthi is U with a umpasan, 2 dots. Not umpasan. Whatever. THI.
Okay. Nice. I've got 2, 3, 5 books now added. Perfect.
We love to help. Well, that's our show, everyone. We want to thank you all for listening and supporting this podcast. As you know, this is a passion project for the 3 of us, and your support means oh so much.
Join us next week as we have another special guest on for an interview.
And make sure you follow us on all of our social media or shoot us an email at circleoftheworldpodcast@gmail.com.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And please make sure to rate and review us as it helps. Thank you all again for listening.
And with great reluctance.